Hello, bonjour, welcome everyone. I have absolutely no idea how live video on YouTube works anymore because it's been a while. I see there are a few people watching, so welcome everybody. Today we are speaking about the French presidential election. I have just checked out my analytics and I'm seeing that the two videos that I made previously about the French presidential election are actually doing pretty well right now. So I guess the topic is on everybody's mind. So it's quite timely. As a French citizen myself, despite the fact that I live abroad, I have received a serious stack of paper, and there's one for each candidate, and we have 12 candidates in total. So as I promised, I will do a blind reaction to those papers. I have not looked through them. I only just spread them on the table to take the picture that you saw in the announcement. But yeah, we can just look at them. Please tell me if there's like any candidate that you want to have my honest reaction to it. I promise you that it will be 100% biased, completely biased. I have absolutely no intention of pretending to be unbiased on this topic because I can't, like nobody can. So let's be honest, it's not possible. Please say hello in the chat if you're watching right now. You will have to be subscribed to use the chat, and you have to be subscribed for more than 5 minutes to be able to chat. The reason being that I have attracted quite a lot of hateful comments on my previous video about who will win the election, particularly from the fans of Eric Zemmour, who just were not happy that I predicted that their guy would not win using some astrological technique just because I thought it was fun. So I had to turn off the comments on that video because of that. And well, right now you can comment live and I would love to hear your thoughts and read your thoughts at the same time. It's just that you will have to be subscribed and have been subscribed for more than 5 minutes, just so we weed out a bit of the haters that we might attract. So yeah, tell me how much you know about the French election. Like, should I make a little summary on how we do it? So tomorrow is the first round because it's an election that's in 2 rounds. So there's always 2 times that we have to vote, and it's always on a Sunday. So there's one Sunday where we have to vote across all of those candidates. And then in 2 weeks, we will have to vote again across the 2 candidates that have had the most vote on the first time around. So the second vote will be what determines who is the next French president. And not only they sent me these amazing, very colorful papers, they also sent me this at the same time. So, and a nice letter where they call me Monsieur Preto, which I like, and with the address of where I have to vote. It's always the same place, so I know where it is. But yes, we have these. This is basically a ballot. So there is one with the name of each candidate. And in order to vote, we put one of these, just one, into a little envelope. And we cast that envelope into a voting ballot. Is that what it's called? I just realized I haven't reviewed the election vocabulary in English. But yeah, this is what we vote with. So we cannot write anything on it. So it's not like in other countries, like for example, Austria. I have voted in Austria once. You can actually see a video of me doing that on this very channel. And in Austria, you actually have to tick a line on one long ballot. But in France, we use these little thingies, and we can only use one. If we were to put more than one ballot in the envelope, then the vote would be cancelled. And well, I mean, our vote would be cancelled. And if we write anything on it, or if we put anything else in the envelope, that will also cause the envelope, the vote to be not counted. So, hey, we have Steve and Michael here. Welcome, guys. J'apprécie votre... Oh, thank you. That's really kind. That's super kind. I love having feedback, so please don't hesitate to leave comments. I look forward to making more videos. I have so many ideas, so that there will be more in the near future. So, are you waiting for the blind reaction to all of them? So they are in no particular order. I'm guessing the order that they came in was selected randomly. Because if you go to a voting poll, to a voting station in France, you will see these posters of each candidate in what looks like a random order. It actually is a random order because they select randomly the order in which they will appear. However, this is not the order that we have here because I have shuffled them. So, but I think this one is colorful. It is my favorite color here. My purple is my favorite color. So I don't really know who this guy is. Fabien Roussel. He's not very famous. La France des jours heureux. So his motto is France of the happy days. I don't really know what happy days he is referring to. But it says here PCF. So because of this, I know that this is the Communist Party, okay? PCF is Parti Communiste Français, or at least I assume it is. If it's not, that's very unfortunate for this guy to have randomly landed on the same letters. I don't think it is. Let's just check. I mean, this guy is probably a communist. Yeah, okay. So yeah, like all the red logos on the bottom of his thing. This is actually 4 pages. I wonder if each of them is 4 pages. That's a lot. I'm definitely not going to read all of that out loud because we have 12 of those. So what does this guy want? La France doit faire entendre la voix de la paix, de la solidarité et protéger l'emploi et le pouvoir d'achat. So France has to make people hear the voice of peace, solidarity, protect employment and buying power, purchasing power. Is that how you say that in English? So he's in favor of peace. He wants people to have a good job and a real salary. I guess people have fake salaries somewhere. And republic everywhere and for everyone. And he even says, pour toutes et tous, so everyone, male and female. Yeah, because for non-binary stuff, they're not there yet, like we have already identified this on this channel. So, 5 reasons to vote for him. That's exactly what I want to read. So, il défend notre pouvoir d'achat, l'alimentation et notre tranquillité. So he defends our buying power, food, alimentation, and tranquility. Well, that sounds nice. On peut lui faire confiance. You can trust him. I wonder which guy would write "You cannot trust him" on his own paper. Like, this is kind of funny. Avec lui, le monde du travail sera respecté. With him, the world, the work world, the employment world will be respected. Again, I don't know what that means. Il est humain, il parle à tout le monde. He is human, he speaks to everybody. So again, I wonder which of the 12 is not human, although maybe we will find some. Like, I have no, I don't know. It's possible. And c'est l'avenir pour la gauche, pour la France. It's the future of the left and of France. I think it's cute to think that the left has a future. As far as I know, the left has disappeared, unfortunately, a number of years ago. Hoping for communism to be the future of the left and of France. I guess he's optimistic. I'm going to give him that. And also, he chose my favorite color to put on his poster. So that's good luck, bro. Sorry. I don't want to laugh at this guy, but yeah, like, if he believes in it, it's nice. All right. I hope no one's going to get offended. I promise you would be 100% biased. But yeah, I'm not completely convinced by this number 1 guy. I honestly wonder if anyone will convince me. I haven't decided on whom to vote for. I haven't even decided if I'm going to go vote, just because, yeah, I work tomorrow. I have quite a bit of things to do. And maybe I will not consider that to be the best use of my time. We will see. Now, who's next? Faire face avec Yannick Jadot. So Yannick Jadot is this guy. The poster is green, and because of the little things here, I believe so. This is a green guy, meaning an ecologist. Yeah, Europe Écologie Les Verts, Génération Écologie, les écologistes 2022. Okay, so this is a green guy. It's interesting that he chose this color of green. Like, typically the green people have a different green color, so maybe there'll be more than one green people, and that's why he has a different one. But yeah, it's very green. Very, very green all around. So, okay, what's he proposing? Une présidence pour le climat et le vivant dans la paix, la dignité et la justice. So, a mandate for climate and life, the things that are life, in peace, dignity, and justice. That sounds nice. I mean, I'm in favor of that, definitely. So, l'écologie pour vivre mieux. Ecology to live better. And who doesn't want to live better? That sounds nice. Okay, so 6 things that he's offering. So number 1, priority climate. Yeah, so not that bad an idea given of how badly we fucked it up lately. Number 2, sorry, by the way, if I drop F-bombs, it's not my native language, so I don't realize how offensive I am sometimes. Like, you have to forgive me. I'll try not to do it too much. Number 2, justice sociale et pouvoir d'achat. So social justice and buying power or purchasing power. So those are, like, he wants to raise the minimum salary and revenu citoyen de 918. So he has apparently a plan for universal basic income from the age of 18 onwards, 918 euros. Yeah, not a bad idea. Social housing being built and changing the way that food is taxed. Why not? Number 3, pour la jeunesse, la culture et l'avenir de nos enfants. So for the youth, culture, and the future of our children. All right, so he wants to create jobs for teachers. Wow, he wants these school restaurants, school, what do you call that? When you eat at school, he wants that to be all organic. Well, good luck pulling that off. I think it's a good idea, but I wonder where you'll find the money, to be honest, because you also want to raise everything else. So where do you find the money? That's always the question. Yeah, increase the budget for culture by 1 billion euros. Wow, ambitious. Number 4, the right to health and to a dignified end of life. So I'm guessing euthanasia is part of the whole thing, or maybe not. Oh yeah, it is. School cafeterias. Yeah, thank you. I think it's a big issue everywhere, to be honest. Like, it has been a topic for decades. We want to recognize burnout as a professional disease. That would be, do you say that, professional disease in English? Like, basically a disease that's caused by which honestly is not a bad idea again. 5, concrete stuff for equality. Impunity zero. Okay, so yeah, I mean, gendered violence is not something that we should tolerate. I agree. More cops, and cops that have a better training, and récépissé de contrôle. I have no idea what that is. And more, they are basically more justice, more cops, more, and protect the environment. Okay, good. Dude, like, I like your project. Oh, that's like an even more like summary. Notre vision pour la France, the vision for France: peace and independence, democracy everywhere, living well, sustainable wealth. What does that mean? En investissant massivement dans les nations. I mean, I guess that actually makes some sense. Like, if you have more ecology, if you have more, if you invest more in the climate and in sustainability, you will probably create wealth that will actually last, contrasting with what has been happening lately. And l'écologie du plaisir. So pleasure ecology. A humanist project of collective emancipation, where the pleasure to live together and in the world becomes, I don't even know how to translate that, because it's it's political mumbo jumbo, so it's hard to translate in a way that sounds like it makes sense. But I mean, I don't know if I like him more than the other guy. It's just, I want to know where he'll find the money, because we have no money. Let's face it. How do we finance that? I don't know. Something tells me the next candidate doesn't have much more of an idea, or at least he's not promoting it. I mean, it's possible that they know how they're gonna pay for all of that, but they are not telling us. I mean, maybe they just raise taxes and don't tell anyone. I don't live in France personally, so I'm not really too impacted by what they do anyway. But yeah, let's move on to number 3, because it's already been a quarter of an hour, and I have 12 of those, so I have to do it a bit faster. Anyway, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, he was actually in my video about the astrology of the election. And by the way, a fun fact, I actually got the birth date of Emmanuel Macron wrong on that video, but when I controlled it and I checked with the new birth date, it actually gave the same results. So I was like, that should work. Un autre monde est possible. Another world is possible. Amazing. So this guy has blue as a color, which is interesting, because blue is typically associated with the right wing, but he is from Union Populaire. So I'm pretty sure that's a new name for his party. Jean-Luc Mélenchon has been around forever. Like, it's going to be at least the 5th time that he's candidate for the presidential election. So we know him. Live in dignity, unite our people, la bifurcation écologique. So the ecological turnover, I don't know what that means. Ni neutre ni aligné, neither neutral nor aligned, independent. I don't know. I think he broke up with the rest of the left even more than he had before. If we have the rest of the left. Sorry for the dad joke. But yeah. So, besoin de gagner plus pour vivre mieux. Earn more to live better. Okay, yeah, why not? Besoin de progrès social et humain. Human and social progress. oh, he wants to put retirement age back to 60 years old. Again, I mean, how do you? Well, I guess if you take all the unemployed people, you put them in the position of the old people, then the old people can retire. I don't know. I have no idea how this works, but maybe it could work. Well, yeah, it's a bit of the problem with all of these people is that we're wanting to put more money in this and more money in that, and they still don't tell us where they take it from. So I don't know that I can believe this guy. I think he is right now the third person. Like I checked the polls right before I got online, and I think it was Macron, Le Pen, and he was third. So probably the first time actually that it happens to him. He's doing okay. I don't think I'm convinced by him anyway, but let's see. All right, who's next? Anne Hidalgo. Oh, she's quite famous for having been the mayor of Paris. Maybe she still is the mayor of Paris. I don't know. So interestingly, there is absolutely no logo whatsoever on the first page. And on the last page, you have the PS logo. So that stands for Parti Socialiste. And she has a rose too, which is the symbol of the Socialist Party. So yeah, looks like she is part of the Socialist Party, but discreetly, like in a corner. Yeah, that party hasn't been faring too well lately, so I understand why. Okay, what do they propose? Ensemble, nous relevons le défi de l'Europe et de la paix. Together, we will take on the challenge of Europe and peace. Yeah, sounds relevant right now. It's all ensemble. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Look at this anaphors. It's all ensemble, nous relèverons le défi. Like we will together, we take on the challenge of. So Europe and peace, social challenge, ecological challenge, and democratic challenge. Arguably, all of the things that are being challenged right now. I guess it's comprehensive at the very least. So increase minimum wage, invest in education. Is it me or it's the exact same thing as this guy? And also this guy, but he at least had an environmental focus, but she doesn't seem to. A bit, but not that. Yeah. Faire de l'éco. Oh, okay, quite. Yeah, okay, more than I thought. Make ecology the fight of the century, le combat du siècle. When people start speaking about fight, it automatically turns me off. I don't like this kind of rhetoric. But well, it's Linda's saying it's not you, lol. At least she doesn't describe it in word salad. I mean, yeah, I think I understand what she's saying. So it's not completely word salad, but yeah. Well, I mean, make the republic live. What does that mean? Like, it's not dead. It's not alive either. It's not a thing. I mean, it's not a living being. 1 billion euros for the fight against gendered violence. That was already somewhere in there. Exactly the same thing. Do they copy each other? Like, what happens? And she has endorsement by other people that are even less famous than she is. Antonio Costa, I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's the Prime Minister of Portugal. And Bernard Cazeneuve, a former Prime Minister of France, was not Prime Minister long enough for me to actually remember him. And Martine Aubry, formerly a Minister or Secretary of State, or call it what you want. Yeah, so she's in favor of euthanasia. It seems to be a big topic. It's interesting because I haven't really heard of it so much, but several people mention it. And yeah, I guess pretty standard socialist candidate. Okay, who's next? I think that's another flavor. Mrs. Pécresse, also one of the main reasons why I almost made a new astrology video, because she's actually a new candidate that wasn't announced when I made my videos 3 months ago. And she had quite an interesting life, but then I just kind of decided not to make it just because I had other more important things to do. Okay, so what about her? Also no logo on the page and some logos on the back side. Les Républicains, so that was formerly the moderate right-wing party. UDI, same. Yeah, that's just like center-right kind of thing. 25 measures. Okay, so first one, recreate some peine plancher. It's like a minimum jail time, I guess, or minimum condemnation time. The police has to be armed or have to have weapons. It's a lot of police, specialized judge to deal with gendered violence. I don't think violence conjugale translates to gendered violence. But it was a topic that has been spoken about so much in the last month that they all have to speak about it now. Otherwise, it looks like they don't care. And they might not care, but they have to speak about it. No government money for foreigners before, like in the first 5 years that they are living in France legally. Okay. Prevent people from wearing a hijab during any school stuff, sports stuff. Wow, I'm not gonna vote for this person. Like literally asking people to dress in a certain way to go vote. Ouch, that's bad. That's really bad. Really, really bad. Wow. Increase buying power. Okay, they will say that. Yeah, retirement stuff. Oh my God. So on the one hand, you must not give government money to foreign families in the first 5 years, but also you need to have universal government money from the same child onward, from the first child onward. So it's universal, but not for foreigners? Like, what the actual fuck? Sorry, I don't mean to swear, but like, I'm just, whoa, that's bad. Des comptes d'études d'égalisation de l'application aux adultes handicapés. Okay, yeah, why not? But I'm just not really finding anything that's worth. It's all kind of the same thing. Huh. She wants everybody to become a homeowner by creating mortgages with zero interest rate, which is funny because I thought interest rates were already close to zero, but apparently not. And she wants not more than 30% of social housing in one city, town, or something. So it's directly against the other ones, I guess. Well, yeah, well, you get the idea. I don't like her too much. Wait, we have a question. Would those people be likely to be among those she got signatures? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, so there's also that signature story. So we only have 500 people. No, sorry. We only have 12 people here because they have been the only ones that have been able to collect those 500 signatures. So in order to be a candidate, you have to go and collect signatures from a number of VIPs, like important people. And those are the member of parliaments, the mayors, that kind of people. So yeah, I think that was about Anne Hidalgo. Definitely the former prime minister and the mayor from Lille, they definitely have given her their signature. So yeah, 100%. All right. Next up, the most discussed person on this election, Eric Zemmour. Looking, I don't know. I'm not going to comment on people's appearance. I said I was biased, but maybe not. Pour que la France reste la France, so that France stays France, whatever that means. Also, no logo on the front and also no logo on the back. I guess he didn't have time to get one made, given that his political party is like, what, 5 months old? His 5 priorities. 5 priorities for France. Now, this guy was actually very popular before the war in Ukraine, because he is a big admirer of Putin, and yeah, it doesn't fly very well now. It doesn't fly as well now as it did back then. So anyway, govern with sincerity, courage, and conviction, whatever that means again. Face au racaille, la peur va changer de camp. Okay, I don't know how to translate racaille into English, because it's a word that has the meaning has shifted over the time, and it's the word we use now to mean delinquent, but we see a certain ethnicity at the same time, and those people used to call themselves that, like the delinquent from poorer background, and also typically in a bad social situation. I don't even know how to explain that kind of things without sounding weird, because it is weird. If you're a politician, you're not supposed to use this word, okay? It's slang. It's, yeah, But apparently, according to him, we are afraid of those people, and now the fear is going to change sides. I'm an expat. What do I know about what's happening in France? Yeah, but I do not like that kind of, I don't know. Just the language is bad. Like violence poisons our daily life. Every day there is in our country more than 1,800 aggression, 120 knife attacks. Islamic terrorism has killed 272 people. We don't know since when, and hundreds of people have been wounded. If you say so. Okay, next thing. Opposing conquering Islam, I will defend France and its identity. Dude, Islam is the second religion in France. Like it is there. It was there before you. Well, okay, maybe not before him. Also, he's Algerian, I think, or something like that. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Like here in the stage, she feels the need to appeal to the right to get. Yeah. So, right. I mean, obviously, she is trying to steal some votes from him and might succeed. I mean, it might be the part of the reason why he has gone down so much is because she came up and she's more palatable, a bit more palatable. We have a lot of fight between all the right-wing people. There's also Marine Le Pen, which I'm sure you've heard about. She's somewhere. Yeah, she's here. Maybe we discuss her next because they kind of belong together. But yeah, du pouvoir d'achat pour tous. So buying power, like it's all like, yeah. Don't worry, people. If you vote for me, you'll have more money next year than you do this year. I absolutely do not believe that. I believe we are starting a recession probably, and it's not getting better, or at least not for everyone. But you can believe him and vote for him. Why not? I'm sure she says the freaking same thing. Let's see. Is there some pouvoir d'achat going on here? I'm just... Oh, yeah, look! Augmentez votre pouvoir d'achat. It's the first thing down there. Okay, they're all going to speak about it. Good to know. I guess that makes sense. I mean, it's probably the first thing that people care about with inflation and all of that. That at least they are appealing to the thing that corresponds to the problem that people have, which I don't think we've seen that in every election everywhere. So it makes sense. I mean, the president is going to be elected by a popular vote. So there is some logic to that. So anyway, this is Marine Le Pen. I'm sure you know her. She's very famous for being part of the Le Pen dynasty. Her father founded back then it was called the Front National. Now it's called Rassemblement National. Although, again, there is no logo anywhere. Not also at the bottom. But last time I checked, this was called Rassemblement National. And I liked it more when it was Front National because I got a chance to explain to my students that front is both front, like, front as in a war front, and the forehead, which is, I guess there's a certain logic to that. So, yeah, Marine Le Pen. Et si vous élisiez enfin une présidente qui aime les Français? And if you finally elected a president, female president, who loves the French or likes the French, I don't know. I guess all the other ones before did not really like us. Wait, she actually has a point. Huh. I don't know how much she likes us. Maybe if we have white skin and blue eyes like her, she does. I think I'm fine. Too bad I'm an expat. I mean, that doesn't really affect me, but yeah. All right, so she's warning us here. S'abstenir, c'est réélire Emmanuel Macron. Okay, so if you s'abstenir means if you don't vote, there's a risk that I will indeed be part of that demographic. Then you re-elect. Oh, he's next on my pile. Him. Yeah. So if you don't go vote, then he's going to be re-elected. So now what you have to do is go vote. As far as I checked, I have 11 other options besides Emmanuel Macron. Maybe that's part of the issue. Yeah. So, voter Marine, c'est vous rendre votre pays et votre pouvoir d'achat. So, vote for her and we are going to get our country and our buying power back. Le vote utile. Oh, that is a concept I need to tell you about. Le vote utile. So, the useful vote. So, the whole thing is that we have 12 people. And in the second round, there will only be 2 people. So 10 of these, no matter what, will disappear, basically. And what we call le vote utile is choosing to vote not for the person that you really like, but for the person that you hate the least, which has a chance to make it into the second round. So it does make some sense that she would say that, because she is actually, I think she's second right now in the polls. So she really believes that she is, well, I mean, obviously she does believe that she is a good alternative to Emmanuel. And if you hate Emmanuel Macron, like most of the French do, then it would make some sense to decide to vote for her, because then, well, she's more likely to get there than anyone else is. The question is, do you like her enough to do that? I don't think I do. I really don't think I do. I mean, we know her. It's not like she's new. She's been here forever. She was on the second round against Emmanuel Macron last time. Probably will have that again. Well, yeah. Je suis prête à diriger le pays. Les 10 et 24 avril, si le peuple vote, le peuple gagne. So she says she's ready to be the head of state. And if the people vote, then the people win. Which is an interesting statement. Most of the people who don't vote are people that are rather left-leaning, or I mean, I don't know if we can say that they're left-leaning, but they're typically not the kind of people who vote for her. The reason why she ends up in the second round of the election is because people who like her actually go vote. The people who don't vote are typically people who would vote against her, people who don't like her. So interesting statement. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll be back in a week discussing her and Macron. I don't know. Tell me if you want me to like ramble another time about the two that are left. All right. So who else do we have? Her main opponent, Emmanuel Macron. Nous tous, us all. Emmanuel Macron avec vous. Emmanuel Macron with you. Which is funny because there are like analysis of his demeanor and speeches that insist that he's just a really big narcissist and he thinks of himself as being above all the rest of the people. And actually, that's the general image that the French have of him, I guess. Not just the people who analyze him, but just general, like, you know, he's been in power for 5 years. I think it's fair to say that things have gotten way worse in 5 years. I don't think it's fortunate. I don't think it's his fault that that it got worse. I mean, just COVID was something that no one else had to deal with before. But yeah, things got spectacularly worse while he was here, and it's kind of difficult to not associate it with his work, what he's been doing. He's got like a ton of scandals attached to him. And yeah, I guess he's trying to like show a unity face because that's his only hope, to be honest. Like he doesn't want people to like, I mean, it's not completely impossible that the second one would be like this. Okay. Like if we generally don't vote for Macron, then that could be our choice next time. So trying to make us vote for him. I mean, everybody is. Yeah, un pacte entre les générations. That's funny that he has that as the first thing up there. The agreement between generations. It's got to be like a COVID reference. And oh my God, it's all impact. He also has. It's also funny because impact, that's an argument, but it sounds like impact. So I think his copywriters are good. I didn't even notice at first, but this is a rather good copy. He has a bigger budget than others for sure. So for generations, between generations, for productions, and for Republic, defend the frontiers. Okay, European frontiers, security, fight discriminations. Yeah, it's about time. And sovereignty. Yeah, I mean, fairly standard, fairly central, I guess. Arguably a little bit underwhelming, but then again, I mean, he represents the moderate choice. So yeah, that's Macron. Hey, here's a comment. The candidates in the two large ops party are the ones who will get elected, but they are always independently running. Oh yeah, if the top two are close. If the top two are close, it's don't throw away your votes on indies. Oh, so it is the same thing. Like le vote utile, you also have that. I guess it makes sense because you have only one round, but also at the same time, you have the electoral college. So I'm confused about how the whole thing works because, I mean, is it possible that one independent voter would get an entire state, and then that would shift the possible like result of the election? I mean, did that ever happen? I don't think it did, but I'm not a specialist in American political history. All right, so le camp des travailleurs, Nathalie Arthaud, lutte ouvrière. So that is very standard. That is something I have seen since I was a freaking child. Lutte ouvrière is the name of a party. It has not changed since I was a child. So it means workers' fight, I guess. Also, Nathalie Arthaud, I wonder how old she is, because she doesn't look all that old on the pictures, but she has been here forever. Like, she must not be young. Maybe she's been using the same pictures forever. I don't know what's going on. So having workers control big companies, good luck with that. Stop the race for profit in hospitals. Okay, so 2,000 euros net minimum. So she wants to raise the minimum salary to 2,000 euros. That's even more than the other people. Yeah, I mean, it's something that we are fairly used to. This, so honestly, I wonder why we have two of these, because that's the Communist Party and that's Lutte Ouvrière, and eventually it already has the hammer and the, what do you call that? Like, this communist sign. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Can't they agree? Like, they're gonna get 1% each? Like, come on. It's weird. Why do they do that? It's bizarre. Wait, there's more. Okay, so NPA, Nouveau Parti Anticapitaliste. This has also been here for quite a long time. Why are there 3 of them? I don't remember when it was founded. I don't think it was there when I was a child, but I do remember them being there when I was in university. So you got the one that's the communist, and then you got the one that's for workers, and then you got the one that's against capitalism. Why? I don't know. I don't understand it. But his name is cool, Philippe Poutou. Poutou, that sounds fun. I told you it was going to be biased and stupid. You're still kidding. Sorry about that. All right. Poutou 2022, l'urgence anticapitaliste. Yeah, I guess it's urgent. I mean, capitalism has been running the world since what, the 1600s? Guess it's urgent. Yes, we can say that. It's been urgent for a while. The thing is that this guy cannot collect more than 2%. So things that are urgent are going to stay urgent, I'm afraid. Take back what they stole from us and take reprendre nos affaires en main. Deal with our own business. Malgré la pandémie, les profits du CAC 40 se sont élevés à 137 milliards d'euros. It literally has the same talk as this one. Like, yes, like COVID has put everyone in a terrible situation except the richest people. Yeah, this is a fact. Can we do something? Oh, finally, someone who actually has put things together that belong together, like end racism, sexism, LGBT phobia, and validism, which would be phobia against ableism. Ableism is what it's called in English. At least, there's a certain coherence. But then again, raising the salaries. Oh, working only 32 hours a week. I can't be against that. Yeah, I mean, again, like, who's gonna pay? I mean, the capitalists have to pay according to him. But yeah, how do you? Le capitalisme, c'est la guerre, solidarité internationale. It's cute for someone who cannot collect 2% of the votes in his country to call for international solidarity. Like, how? Like, sorry, bro, but you're nice. Like, I think it's genuinely nice. It's what you call a nice guy, right? It's sorry. That's not gonna be possible. Okay, so we already have free communists. Let's see if we can get more. Ooh, well, that's another vibe. Choisir la liberté, choose freedom. Nicolas Dupont-Aignan. So double name, that already screams to me that's someone that's an upper class kind of person. I think it's the first one we had with 2 names. All the other ones have only 1 name. It's just, I really don't know why, because if you have a patchwork family, you might have a double name, but it's just not something people do in France. So, okay, so freedom, 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 independence, freedom, protect our health. Let's produce in France. Oh, he's some sort of like protectionist person. Um, let's free yourself up from migratory pressure, recreate the borders. Didn't Macron also say something about defending borders? But I mean, for Macron, it sounded more like he wanted to defend the borders against Putin, while he wants to defend borders against immigrants. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's more closer to Zemmour in the way that he speaks, but he does that at least in correct French. Like he's not using slang term, and the way that he speaks is less aggressive. But I think it's roughly the same ideas. Actually, this guy has been here forever, but I've never really known what he's about because he just doesn't collect any enough percentages of the votes for to be like significant, I guess. But it's interesting that this guy is both in favor of freedom and of closing borders. I don't know how that works together. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's funny. Okay. Oh, well, George Wallace in 1968 was an indie who got EC votes, 45 in total, I think. He was a rampant racist and someone shot him. He was in a wheelchair afterwards. That sounds like a fun tidbit of history. Thank you for sharing it. I didn't know about that. That's interesting. Wait, is that the last guy we have? Huh, only 40 and some minutes. I was on a roll here. I just didn't think I would finish that list faster. But I guess at some point you get into the flow, and yeah. So who's that? Jean Lassalle, another guy who's never collected more than 2%. What's he proposing? La France authentique. Oh, yeah, it's here. La France authentique. So he also has no logos on the front or on the back. I don't know if he has a political party. Oh, résistons. Let's resist. Resist what? I don't know. But everybody wants to resist. I don't like this way of speaking about things. Like, can we just like work towards something instead of fighting against something? Like, we don't even know what we're fighting against, but we're fighting. It's like, why? So what's authentic France? Let's try to find out. Je veux développer la recherche. Okay, so research. Can't be against that. Garantir la santé pour tous. Make health. I would say garantir in English. I want to guarantee health. Can you say that? That sounds weird. Refonder nos institutions. Okay. Oh, reconnaissance du vote blanc. That is actually good. That's something like I'm in favor of that. So if you vote, like I told you at the beginning, you have to use one of those. And if you, for example, what you can do is voter blanc, so like cast a blank vote, and basically you put an envelope in the poll ballot thing, and that envelope is empty. So that's called voter blanc. And if you do that, it's like you do nothing, which is part of the reason why many times I have just not gone to the voting station to vote because I wasn't convinced by anyone. And if I was going to cast a blank vote, it would not be counted anyway. I think if the blank vote would be counted, that would make such a difference because a lot of people would use it to just express that they're fed up with this, like, pile of mess that we don't like. Most of what they say, I think it's either dangerous or undoable. I haven't found a single person that I find is like, honestly, like, if anything, maybe I'll vote for this guy. But I mean, I don't agree with his mess, but the whole, like, I think he's the first one that has written that in there. I mean, then there's also the concept of vote utile, which is if he gets 2%, what does it matter, So it's the same as casting a blank vote, I guess. But it's interesting because it seems like he has like picked and chosen from other people. Like he wants to increase minimum wage as well, although only to 1,400 euros. Lower VAT on gas. Why not? I mean, I don't know. It's been a big problem for the French, so I guess it makes sense. Définir un plan Marshall pour la réindustrialisation de la France. I mean, it's someone who is very in favor of protectionism, I guess. I mean, if you want to achieve some sort of economic independence as a country, you're going to have to bring the industry back on the national territory. That makes some sense. I don't think it's doable, but maybe I'm wrong. Like, I'm not a politician or any specialist of that. Maybe it's possible. I don't think it's desirable, though. But yeah, it's really interesting because he has some like elements of protectionism and also elements of not socialism, but wanting to favor the people who are socially weaker, which I guess it makes some sense if you want to, build a wall around your country, that you will be then more able to protect the people that are most vulnerable inside of it, because you will block out a certain number of threats. And for him, that's mostly economic threats. He doesn't strike me as someone who's particularly racist, although maybe it is somewhere in there. So at least, I mean, I've seen worse in that stack. But yeah, part of the problem is that it's a very big word salad. I wonder who is going to read all of that, and it's not approachable. And yeah, être français, c'est être comptable. What? No, that's a bit racist. Being French is being accounted, I don't know, for the destiny, the fate of humanity as a whole. Wow, I haven't heard that since the 19th century. That's a bit outdated. He looks a bit outdated too. Yeah, no, I'm not convinced, to be honest. I mean, what would you do if you were me? Because I've gone through the entire stack. I've given you my blind reaction to like that mess, and I want to give a shout out to all those of my students who have recently acquired French citizenship, and particularly Linda Garmi. I don't think she's here, but yeah, kudos to you for making it. Now the way we say thank you, or like we congratulate you, is by making you have to choose between that. I mean, it's bad. We have 12, and we're just like, what should I do? Should I just like work tomorrow? Because it's probably going to be the thing, to be honest. Yeah. All right. Well, if you have any questions for me about anything, don't ask me questions about those. No, you can ask me questions about those. It's just that I don't know if I can answer, or about French or anything. Just go ahead. I'm happy to hang out for a few more minutes. But yeah, that was an underwhelming adventure. It's I mean, want to see them again? Jean Lassalle, Nicolas Dupont-Aignan, Philippe Poutou, definitely the cutest name of all. Nathalie Arthaud, been here forever, still not gonna make more numbers than usual. Fabien Roussel has a really weird effect on his picture. Maybe I could vote for him because he's purple, but also he's communist, so maybe not. Emmanuel Macron, you know him. Marine Le Pen, you know her. Eric Zemmour, you also know him. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, you might know him by now. Valérie Pécresse. Anne Hidalgo, is that it? Oh no, Anne Hidalgo and Yannick Jadot. Yep. Very colorful, very underwhelming. I'm underwhelmed. It's not just me being underwhelmed, apparently, because no one's commenting. So yeah. Well, thank you guys for being with me for all that time. I hope I haven't made terrible noise with those papers. I have no idea how that sounded like in the mic, but yeah. You think it will be like the Hidalgo releasing predicts Macron? Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm completely sure. Like the question is moot, to be honest. There's no one in that list that can really stand up to Emmanuel Macron in a way that would have the French agree. And I think that's sad, because a lot of French people are very, very fed up with what has happened in the last 5 years. And they feel, and honestly, I also feel, even though I'm not in France myself, that all of that COVID thing could have been managed so much better than it was. And it's sad that after 5 years, we still don't have another option that is a valid option to get a new president and hope that things will be dealt with better. I guess that's, I mean, I wouldn't say things would change because it's a cliche, but yeah, I don't feel like the country has been dealt with well in the past years. And yeah, it's kind of sad. And I mean, Emmanuel Macron was elected in the first place because he was the alternative to the whole fossilized system that we had. And now all of the previous parties that were there are basically dead. I mean, the Socialist Party, like she's not even gonna make it to the second round. She's like fifth or sixth. Like there's no chance. And the even the so-called Les Républicains, which is Valérie Pécresse, where is she? She's here. They're also, she's like fourth. So yeah, traditional parties are dead. What we still have is far-right people. We got mostly those two. There are a couple of other people there who would, I guess, qualify as far-right, but it's mostly those two. They're the strongest. Well, okay, actually, no, he's no longer stronger. Sorry, I need to update myself. She's the strongest, and the second strongest, or third strongest, if you count Macron as the first, that would be him. I mean, a lot of people, I guess, will vote for him. It would be interesting if he ends up in the second round, but unless the second round that we get is these, because for some reason people hate Macron so much that they will just all go vote against him. Yeah, Macron is going to win. I mean, if he's against any of those two, he's going to win, and I don't think he would be against anyone else. So yeah. Plus, I mean, do we really want Mélenchon as a president? I don't know. That would make things different for sure. Would that make things better? I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm quite happy that I don't live in France, to be honest. I'm not too happy about living still in Europe in general, just because, yeah, I'm afraid Europe is just not getting better. But we'll see what the next years bring. All right. It's like here, the people who would be good just don't want the job. Yeah, I don't know if anyone would be good, but it's possible that they just don't want the job. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, that was a very sad live video, but thank you so much for hanging out with me until the end. I will see you later. Feel free to comment on any video. I'll make some more in the future. Yeah, I have great things coming in, so stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.